it's that. Okay. Hello, everybody. Got a Temu package today. I wasn't sure when it was going to come because all it said was, you know, between the 14th and the 17th or 18th or something. There's a little teeny hole here. Maybe I can cut it open from there. If you notice, my pin banners are missing because I'm working on those today. And I know there's pins in this package. So I thought this would be a good time to go ahead and open this up before I get too involved in rearranging all my pins. I've already got quite a few moved. What is this? Oh, I thought this was going to be bigger. I can already tell you, I thought this was going to be bigger. This is beautiful. I like the way it was packaged. It's a cool box. Got all these little things. This is a wooden light. Oh, good. Let me see if I can plug it into my computer here. Maybe. If I can get the twist tie off of it. How in the world did they twirl it? Okay, whatever. I don't know how they got it twisted like that, but... Am I trying to put it in upside down? Probably. Oh! Look at that. That is lovely. And there's so much detail. There's a whole bunch of layers of wood, and each layer has a different bunch of cutouts, and then it's got the white lights behind it. There's ghosts and spiders and spider webs and bats and a haunted house and a graveyard. There's a zombie hand coming up, which you probably won't be able to see because it's super tiny and it's way in the background, but oh wow. I don't know if you can see it any better if I turn the light off. No, not really. Oh, this is just... It's absolutely gorgeous. And I did think it was going to be a little bit bigger. Like maybe to here. And maybe like a 3/4 to an inch taller and then maybe 2 inches wider. Just a little bigger. But I am really super stoked by this. This is amazing. And there's so much to see. Like there's cut out bats in the tombstone. There's bats flying. There's dead trees. There's the spider web and a spider. And the bat has spooky eyes. And there's all kinds of ghosts on different levels. There's pumpkins. The haunted house is cool. It's got a ghost in the doorway. There's a bat on the spooky tree in front of it. There's a little fence. It's... I wish you could see it better. You need to see this in person. And I had one of those spin the wheel dealy thingies. So I got it for like $7. I think it was like $8 or $6.87 or something like that. So it's actually a little more than that, but it's worth it. It is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy. I wish this would have been the last thing I pulled out, because then it would have been like, ta-da! The best thing in the box! Oh, wow, this is just... I forgot this was in this order. Oh, I'm so sad. So excited. Now I gotta figure out where to put it. Isn't that always the problem, finding out where to put the things after you get them? Come on now. Gotta get it back in the box, gotta keep it protected. I like that it had all the little green shreds in there so that it doesn't get ruined. I guess that's not there. Let me just pour everything else out of here like I've been doing. That makes it easier for me. Probably makes the video a little less painful as well. Okay, that can go there. This one, I'm less excited about. This is another packet of needles. This one's actually kind of funny because, again, I thought I was getting the one with the tube, right? I had just the tube in my cart, but I did the reward 777 thing, and the picture it showed was the needles and the tube. And I clicked it because that's what I wanted, right? Apparently, they were sold out of the package with the needles and the tube, and you couldn't choose anything. It was just pick this item. Well, I picked this item because what it showed me is not what I got. So I have another package of needles. It'd be great if I was still, quilting. I had to pretty much stop because my hands, I have arthritis in my hands and they hurt so bad. Holding a needle is just excruciating. And I was like, nope, can't do that. Oh, okay, it was one of those packs. Something else in here was a freebie. I'm trying to remember what it was. But I'm not going to complain about the needles, they were free. But I just wish I would have been able to see the description of the item. That's the one problem. Oh, good. Glad I didn't go any further with that. Never mind me, I'm just having a conversation with myself. Trying to make some sense out of this craziness. I knew I had more of those coming, that's why I waited. Aha. Okay. I don't remember what the other freebie was. I don't know, I'll find out when I go through my order. So I got some more stamps. Because of course I did. And there's going to be more coming. Because I ordered a set for a very weird reason. Which I will explain when it arrives. This one, it's got a lot of numbers and a lot of, script. I like this design here. For some reason, people who do junk journals tend to be obsessed with numbers, which I find very interesting. And now I'm finding myself becoming obsessed with them. But I also like they have the abbreviation for number as NO, period. That could also just be no. So I'm getting lots of different sets of numbers that have no. I think I'm going to do a journal page that I just stamp no all over it. If I find the word no in magazines, because I'm cutting up all those magazines I got the day of the book sale, if I find the word no in there, I'll cut it out. This one is a bunch of moths. And it's got little, labels and number 1, number 2. So, I think they're designed probably to make specimen cards. Open their correct end, silly. Alright. But these are nice, small moths that will fit perfectly in specimen cards. Do I have... Well, it's already got something in it, but yeah, I mean, they fit just perfect in what I'm using to make my specimen cards. And then on the paper frame that I'll put around it, I can use the different labels and numbers. But this is about 1.5 to 2 inch square piece of, I don't know, vinyl or whatever, that's got the double-sided tape inside. And these will fit just perfect inside it. That'd be cute if I could stamp it in on top of the leaf. I don't know if the inks I have will stay on top of that vinyl stuff or not. But that might be cute if I could stick a moth on there. If nothing else, I can stamp around the frame. I mean, you know. And I'm wondering now if some of these stamp sets I have are rip-offs of the Tim Holtz designs. I've just recently started watching some of his stuff on YouTube. The stuff that they come up with, that between him and the various makers come up with, is just amazing. But this one, I am pretty much positive is, if not a direct rip-off, very much based on one of his sets. Because this guy here looks almost exactly like the character in one of his stamp sets. Stamp here. That one's kind of a clock. Some more words. I'm not entirely sure what all it says. It has a bunch of random stuff. Here's a date, Tuesday, July 11/50. It says something under it, but I can't read what it says. It's really tiny. Then there's 05136. And then down here, baggage check 755. Row 9. Bin 09/28. I think's what that says. But I know there's a set that has him and this tag here. So I feel kind of bad now that I'm finding out some of this stuff that they're like direct knockoffs of things. And you know the creators aren't getting paid for it. I've invested so much already. I'm going to have to like invest in some real stamps from the company just to make myself feel better. Add to my stash. But I almost feel like, based on things he has said in his videos, that he would be more concerned with us creating than worrying about, you know, where the ideas come from and stuff. But still, if it's his intellectual property, he should be compensated. So that's the problem you run into, because you don't know if there is a licensing agreement with some of these companies. I'm feeling like probably not, but you don't know for sure. So I want to make some recipe journals, and I know I've got recipe cards around here somewhere. No idea where they are, but I picked up several packets. This one's kind of a pinkish color, and it's got like pots and pans and things. It's got the little container with the utensils. On the back, it's got a cake on a cake stand. Cute. This one's got a floral design, some roses down in the corner. On the back, it's got a rose border, and it's just a white regular card. This one's more Christmassy. It's got Christmas cookies and candy canes and ornaments and snowflakes and holly. all those kinds of things. Again, it's a white card. This side's got like a green border. This side's got more of a brownish gingerbread border. Really, I think they're super cute. This is another floral one. The base is a white card, but it's got like this pink design that comes in from the corners of the corner. This corner, and then some flowers. On the other side, it's got the flower in the opposite corner, and more of that pink. Kind of like watercolor almost. Like they took just some watercolor and just let it bleed. Very pale. Or maybe they took a pink distress ink and, you know, just swooshed it around. This one has some utensils at the top. A little plant in the corner. It's kind of a beigeish tan color card. On the back it's got cutting boards and another version of the plant. This one, white card, it's got floral elements, and on the back it has a rolling pin. This one again, a white card. This one's got yellow floral elements in all the corners. And this one's a white card with green leaves all around it. So, that ought to keep me occupied. I can make several recipe journals once I get started. And I think it's important to put, you know, the recipe cards in there. What I am looking for, and maybe y'all can help me. I haven't stumbled across it yet. I am looking for a stamp that says top secret. I want one that says secret recipe, which I think would be cool if it was written in a script, but I mean any kind of font really. But I want top secret and secret recipe, and one of somebody going shh. And because I want to do like an envelope and stamp it, and then put some recipe cards in so that you can hide your secret recipes. The crazy stuff I think of. This one, be prepared for some foul language. I got another teaspoon. Oh, this is rough on the edges. I can see the roughness. Good thing I'm not using them to eat or whatever. I don't know if you can see what it says. Oh, I wish I could get it so it wasn't reflecting everything else in the room. It says, fuckity fuck. I have said that I don't know how many times in my life. And it's not spelled I-T-Y, it's I-T-E-A. So the idea is it's a teaspoon, fuck a tea. Yeah. I just think it's hysterical. I'll put it in there with my other spoon. And being that it is something that I have said in my life, I am not afraid of the F-bomb. It's a perfectly good word, it's just got a bad rep. Okay, this is a sticker. Probably ought to wait and do the sticker right before I do the pins, but because there's pins that are related. Kind of wish, well, there might be a pin that's similar. Kind of wish this was a pin. Being that the area I live in is within 45 minutes of Point Pleasant, where the Mothman stuff happened back in the late 60s, I have Mothman Believes in You. Neko and I went a couple weekends ago to a thing at the library that was supposed to be about Mothman, and I guess it kind of was. But it was like this woman had written a book and she was trying to sell her book. Although she was like, no, I'm not trying to get you to buy my book. Yeah, you are. That's the whole point. We know why you're here. but she was talking about her experience and how she met the Mothman. And okay, since I did that sticker, let's do these stickers. I forgot these were supposed to be little tiny ones. They're like maybe an inch square. They're little. Finally got them all out of the box. And that one's all crunched up. How do they crunch it when it's in the box? But these are like, I don't know, I think they look like tile designs. Or maybe quilt blocks. I guess you get two of each in the box, which is fine, because if you're doing them in kind of a quilt pattern, you're going to want multiples. Most likely. Unless you're like me, then you want them all different. I sewed by hand, because I'm insane, and I don't really know how to use a sewing machine, a quilt I cut out 1.5 squares and sewed them together. They ended up being an inch square in the design. Over 10,000 squares made a queen size quilt top. I have since put it in a box and put it away, and I have no idea where it is. It's somewhere in the house. If I ever find it, I can show it. But it took me a couple years to between cutting out all the pieces and sewing them together. And I would sit while I watch TV and just sew squares together. I like this. That one's pretty. I guess I don't really have to show you two of each. You already know there's two of each, so let's sew different designs together. But I come to find out, my dad's dad, while he was sick and dying of prostate cancer, made quilts. And he did what is called the postage stamp design. And here I am all these years later. I made this quilt. One, didn't know it was called the postage stamp design. And two, at the time, didn't know that he had created these quilts. So I have one that was made by my dad's dad. My dad didn't really know him because he died when my dad was 2. So, yeah, the only grandfather I knew on his side of the family was his stepdad, who was an interesting character all in himself. Things we found out after he died. Amazing stuff. Like, he did all this top secret stuff in the Air Force that we still don't know what all he did. He was one of the first to graduate from meteorological school run by the Air Force. He was stationed on an island during World War II that even people from the Air Force didn't realize that they had women stationed there too, until we provided them with a photo. Because we were contacted, somebody on findagrave.com found the listing we made of his stuff and wanted more information, because they recognized his name from records that they had come across, and they were trying to write some sort of history about the meteorological school and the first class and all that. Well, he was part of that. and they were wanting to know if we had any more information. I said, well, we have some letters and things, but it was more like his personal letters to his wife, which would have been my grandma. And, that's earrings. It was just really interesting to find out things that we didn't know. Because he never talked about his time in the service. It would have been interesting to know. Okay, I've got a bunch of pins and I've got a couple pairs of earrings. And that's what's left of this. Oh, cute. Okay. Should I do pins or should I do... Let's do the earrings first because there's only 3 pairs. And then we'll do pins because there's a bunch. Alright. I think maybe that pair could have been a freebie item. I don't know. It was either a pin or one of the pairs of earrings that was the other freebie, and I really don't know. And, no surprise to anyone, I have bats. Little silver bats. They're really cute. They're on a little hook. They dangle. They'll be pretty nice size. They're about maybe an inch wide. Inch and a quarter. Something like that. Really cute. I love them. This pair was a little more expensive than I normally spend on earrings. But when you see what they are, I think you'll agree they're worth like the $3.50 I spent on them. Probably worth more than that because they are hand beaded, supposedly. I don't know how else you would do the pattern. With bats. They're orange with little purple tassels and then black bats. And they are gorgeous. And they are long and I love them. They're amazing. And I think they're worth every penny of that $3.50 or whatever it was that I spent on them. Might even be a little closer to $4, I don't know, but whatever it was, I think they're worth every penny. And they have, I've seen some other designs popping up after I bought these, but I mean, you know, I'm into bats, so had to have them. They're amazing. Now I gotta find something orange to wear them with. Maybe that pumpkin tie-dye shirt that I wear a lot. Because it's orange. And then there's this pair of earrings, which could have been maybe a freebie. And I'm actually a little disappointed in these. Because I thought they were going to be shiny. And they are absolutely not shiny. They are as matte can be. But it's a neat design. Where it's got kind of the rainbow shimmer effect. I wish they were shiny. Because it really looked like metallic in the picture, which is why I picked them out. But I'm thinking these might have been the freebie. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look it up. It'll be in the description. You'll see. It'll be listed as its own item or own order, whatever the free items were. One was the needles and one was either a pin or the earrings. I know it wasn't one of the stamp sets. Or I think it wasn't one of the stamp sets. I'm pretty sure it's not one of the stamp sets. Now I'm talking myself into it. I know I have gotten free stamp sets before. But I think the one I've got that was on its way is still in transit. But yeah, these, they looked metallic and shiny in the picture, and they are as matte can be. I mean, they are no shine whatsoever. And they're that leatherette stuff, so they're going to be lightweight. They're going to be fine, comfortable to wear. I guess we're down to pins. This one's for the Neko, because of course it is. It'll go with the pink and yellow Game Boys that I've already got for him. This one is a Game Boy SP design. The one with the flip-up screen. And I'm surprised they don't have an image on the screen for this one. The other ones had designs on the screen. Like, one of them was a Pokemon game, and I don't remember what the other one was. But it had something. Okay, those are... I need to put those in his Christmas pile. Got this super, super cute little skeleton carrying off a piece of candy. It's bubblegum pink, so I'm going to say it's probably a piece of bubblegum. But he is just adorable. He's maybe an inch tall. He's not any bigger than that. It's adorable. And let me set it here, because I'm getting ready to do skeletons. What's this one? I'm kind of sorting out my recent pin purchases by style, and then pulling off from the first banner and my old pin board, which is so dusty and dirty it's ridiculous, because it was sitting on top of my bookcase. Yeah, it's filthy. So once I get everything off of it, I will probably pitch the board itself, because it's just too much of a mess to try to fix. This one is a haunted house with little ghosties on it and little bats. I think it listed it as Bat Haunted House or Haunted Bat House or something like that. So they made the bats more important than the ghosts in the listing. Haunted house with bats, or something to that effect. The word bats, that got my attention. I like haunted houses. I think they're cool. Live in one. Oh, these are cute. These are cute. Every time I do a video, I start coughing. What's up with that? These are little cupcakes. Halloween cupcakes. This one's got a witch hat. This one has another witch hat, but it's like eyes are looking out of it. It's like where the ribbon around the brim is separated from the top and the bottom, and there's eyes looking out. Yeah, that's cute. Hopefully when I get my banners done, I'm going to have to order a couple more banners, because I've got so many darn pins. Here's a little pumpkin wearing a witch hat. Here's a little green something. Has little black wings and a little purple witch hat. They're little witchy cupcakes. Except for this one. This one's just a little pumpkin on top of a cupcake. But they're so cute. How could I pass them up? These three are all similar, and I have some other ones that I hauled previously that are similar. These are like those "Hello, my name is" name tags. This one says, "Hello, I'm a ray of sunshine." I could see Hey Everybody hauling that one, actually. With her, "Hello." Because she hauled a sweatshirt that says, "I'm a delight." And it was really cute. And it's since shown up on my feed a couple times. I thought, oh, you know, I could get that. "Hello, I'm dead inside." I had to put that one next to my skeletons, because I got a lot of skulls that say "dead inside" next to them. And "Hello, I'm tired AF." Didn't have to censor myself on that one. They censored it for me. And here we have Mothman. Where I paused on my current banner that I'm working on was with the Mothman pins I already had. So now we have more Mothman pins. Here's Mothman kind of doing the sexy pose, where he's kind of laying out like this. I don't have enough room to do that, and I wouldn't look sexy doing it anyway, so we just won't. We won't go there. But, yeah. And his wings are sticking out behind him. I wish you could see that better. I don't know how to get... I don't know. Will this give us enough light so you can see it? Can you see that better? If I get the light in the right spot? You can kind of get the idea, I think, maybe from that. This is a whole packet of Mothmans. The first one, the little gray one, was by itself. The rest of these were all in one packet. They all came together. It's just Mothman. I'm trying to not shine it into the lens, but in such a way that you can still see. This is such a professional production. The closest I get to doing editing or anything is if I have to splice two chunks together. This one says live, laugh, lurk around the outside edge. And then there's a little Mothman in the middle. It's so darn cute. Okay, so I had the sticker that says Mothman believes in you. I have a pin that says Mothman believes in you. I'm probably coughing because of the dust on this pin board behind me. I don't know, would it do better if I came up from underneath? What if I set it here? Does that help? Can y'all see it better this way? No, not really. Because it's not close enough to the camera. But I don't want to get it too close to the camera because then you're not going to see anything. That's slightly better. So, like at the top, it says Mothman kind of curving over his head and then believes in you at the bottom on the banner part. Cheryl from Are We There Yet is from West Virginia, but I don't know how far she is from the Point Pleasant area. She's like in the mountains, I think. But she may know more about Mothman, being from the area or closer to the area than I grew up. I think we're close in age. I know I'm a year younger than Hey Everybody. She keeps talking about being old, and I'm like, stop that. I already know I'm old. I don't need you saying we're old. This one's got a picture of Mothman and says, protect the wildlife. I should have thought of this idea with the flashlight earlier. This one, I don't like. And I don't like it because of the wording. And it's because I have a non-binary child. This one says Mothman is gay. Now, I think that's inappropriate. I don't like this one. It will not go on my banner. There's a good chance it's going to go in the trash. unless Neko wants it. But I mean, I don't know. I just, that one irritates me, and unfortunately, that's the last item. So we're ending on something awful, but oh well. That's just the order they came out of the packet. Should have done the bat light first, or last. Whoops, that's not trash. This is trash. Trash, so much plastic. Temu and all their plastic. Ugh. But that's everything, and I guess we're done. When I get my banners done, I'm going to have to order a couple more, because I think I'm going to do one that's like just all my bookish pins, and maybe my art pins as well, because I got a ton of bookish ones. I used to get book boxes, and every month there'd be a pin. So I got lots and lots of bookish pins, not counting all the ones that, well, there goes everything. This is my dirty pin board. I'm working on taking them off and cleaning them up. It's just all dust and nastiness. The pins themselves aren't bad. I mean, oh yeah, we went to Walmart yesterday and I bought a packet of paper. It was reduced because it's got, the corner was torn. And I don't know if the dirt on the back is actually on the paper or if it's on the plastic. But they took $2 plus off of it. I was like, yeah, okay. It's just that one corner that's torn. This is ridiculous. Apparently, I had a catalog coming to me, and the back page with my address got separated. So they put it in an envelope and delivered just the back page. I just don't know what to think about that. Although I do love this image, and I'm going to set this in with my scrapbooking, journaling, whatever stuff. And I don't know if I want this image or this image. Because this is a cool image too. And it's got a QR code, and I already mentioned I was thinking about doing a page with just a bunch of random QR codes. But that is such a cute picture with the little kids in costume. But why would you deliver only the back page? It doesn't even have like the catalog information. It's just the back page with my address. I find that very weird. Oh well. But that's all I've got for today. I don't know, we'll see what happens in the future, but I know I've got some more Temu hauls coming. And I'm working on the banners. Once I get all my banners put together, maybe I can do like a pin tour. I don't know. I keep coming up with ideas and then I never get anywhere with them. We'll see what happens. But I do think that this will be fun to look at once I get everything on there. You've seen a lot of the pins I've got, but I have so many more. I'm going to get a banner just for vampire and bats, because I've got so many vampire and bat related pins. Some of them, they're not the enamel pins, they're like actual brooches that, you know, better jewelry. I wouldn't say fine jewelry. There's nothing fine about the jewelry I own. I have very few things that would be considered fine jewelry. I've got an empty little packet. Why do I have an empty little packet? You know what? I bet I could glue this to a journal page and then I could stick stuff in it. Maybe I'll keep this one. It's got a big old sticker on the back, so it's not going to be like something I can just stick in a pocket or whatever, but if I glue it on there, it can become its own pocket. And then you can always press it closed so that whatever's in it doesn't escape. Always looking at... Since I've started watching all these junk journal videos, I am looking at everything as potential stuff for my journals. I mean, everything. I'm like, how can I make that work? Oh, wouldn't that be neat if I could do XYZ with it? I need to just let loose and let my mind just go and not hold back. I need to figure out where to put this gorgeous, gorgeous bat light. Did it have a... No, it doesn't even have a thing to hang it. So, it's not going to hang on the wall. Let's see. Well, it'll stand up, but I got to find a place to let it stand. Isn't this beautiful? I got to show this again. It is just so beautiful. And they had, I think there's one that says Boo. I think there was another one. I have it in my head there was a haunted house one, but I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it's wishful thinking. But this is amazing. And to fully appreciate it, you need to see it in person, because there is just so many layers and so much going on. This is the thing. Best thing in the haul. Right here. So good I had to show it to you multiple times. There, now we're ending on a better note. I got to show you the bat again. Now, if I could just get the box closed to keep it protected until I can figure out where I'm putting it. I'm going to set it down here where it's out of the way and not going to get knocked over. It's a little more protected there. And I think I'm going to end the video here so I can get back to working on putting my pin banners together. And I'm trying to decide if I should order 1 or 2 more. I kind of feel like I need 2. Especially if I pull out all of my bat pins that aren't enamel pins. Because that's going to take up a lot, because some of them are 2 or 3 inches wide, and that's going to take a lot of space. When most of my pins are around this size, you know, an inch-ish. So there are a few bigger, but most of them are somewhere in the inch to inch and a half range. So having one that's like 3 inches or better is going to be taking up quite a bit more space. What did I do with... Oh, is that it? Yeah, there it is. Because I can show you what I'm talking about. Now that I remembered where my package of jewelry that hasn't been put away went. I think this is necklaces. That's rings. This is pins. Yeah. So I have, like, you know, the bat with the moon behind it. I have... Hey, everybody just hauled this one. And I had it well before that. And I thought, that looks familiar. I've got that pin. Exact same one with the blues. It's really pretty. And then there's the ones with, like, the abalone style wings. And there's 3 or 4 different designs of this. And of course I have to have them all. This is one of the first things I hauled from Temu. Way, way early about a year ago. Got some patches. And these are little hair clips that are little bat wings. So I could put like a bat wing on each side. Yeah. So I got, you know, quite a few more in here that I can add to my collection once I get another banner. This is heavy. This is all necklaces. I really need to somewhere in this house, and I'm not sure where it has been put. My mom had a jewelry armoire, and it had like a drawer where you could put your rings, and it opened up and you could hang your necklaces inside. I need to find that. I need to rearrange things in this room so I have room to put it, and that I need to find it and like actually put my jewelry in it. Right now I've got some of my earrings in a little plastic container, but I have gotten so many more since then that unless I buy several more of those containers, they're not going to fit. Okay. These are skellies and ghosts. They can go in that bundle. So here's what I have done so far today. I got all my Beetlejuice ones. I got my music ones. I got Mothman, so those ones that I just hauled will go on here. And I got, since there's a couple camera related ones that go with Beetlejuice, I put my other camera ones. And I'm thinking about going from here with skeletons and ghosts. But I've got a ton of them. I don't know if they'll all fit. But these skeletons I put here with the music since it's a mariachi band. So we'll see. I got this mega pile sitting next to me that are all book related. Oh, goodness gracious. It's going to take me a while to sort all this mess out. But, I'm going to have to order a couple more banners to put them on. So, in a future haul, you'll probably be seeing some banners so I can put all these crazy pins on there. And I just need to figure out what to do to store earrings or display earrings. I don't know. I gotta figure something out. Because I got so many, and they're so beautiful, and I can wear up to 4 in each ear at a time, but I don't have that many that are just studs. Most of the ones I get are dangly. And it's hard to wear something like that in the upper holes. You really need studs. So I need to start buying studs, I guess. I have a few, but I don't know. I'm about to start sneezing, so I think this is a good place to end. I just stirred up too much dust with that pin board. Remember to do all the YouTubey things. Comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell icon to be notified of future uploads. I forgot my spiel. Y'all know it by heart by now, I'm sure. Ring the bell icon to be notified of future uploads should the YouTube gods deem it worthy. That's the part I was missing. And we will see you in the next video. Probably a Temu haul sometime next week. This was 3 orders, so we're down to 8 orders outstanding. And out of that, 6 of them are freebie orders that, for whatever reason, they list them each separate. I don't know. Instead of being like, oh yeah, this is a free item with your order, we're going to list it as a separate thing. But definitely, if you do Temu, do Reward 777. I'm getting so much free stuff off of there, it's ridiculous. I need to check it today and see if there's any more scratch-offs. Because if so, then might as well scratch it and see if I get any credit. Yesterday I got 6 cents, which isn't bad. I mean, every little bit helps. I need to go through and check price adjustments anyway. So, that's something else I'll be doing this afternoon while I'm, working on other stuff. Okay, whoever wanted hiccups, there you go. I just had one. I don't know. Ever since the choking and sneezing video, I've been having some interesting requests. Somebody thought the sneezing was cute and somebody keeps asking for hiccups. Did I stumble into some weird fetish thing? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not going to kink shame. If that's what makes you happy, I guess I can accommodate with a sneeze or a cough or a random hiccup here and there. Not going to like actively try to do those things, but if they show up, they happen. You know, it is. I'm not going to say it because that phrase annoys the crud out of me. But, you know, c'est la vie. Such is life. We'll say that instead of the other phrase. And with that, I will say goodbye. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.